I want to share with you a method you can use to merge all your CSV files together and plot your ears faster. Like, how about you do like 50 ears in 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours or 1 hour if you are very fast, you know. So this is my data folder, okay? I have all my CSV files for each of my demarcators on this folder. At the top right, there's a search button. So I want to measure my buildings. All I need to do is to type a short to type building like BLD. I'll press enter. It searches all the building CSV files that I have in each of those folders out. I'll press Ctrl A to select all. I'll copy. I can press Ctrl C to copy, or I can do it manually and copy. So I want to copy it to. I just created this workspace folder. I'll copy it here. So I'll do my merging here. So after copying, there are a lot of them. I have 49 items, so I want to plot 49 years. Okay, some are multi-localities anyways. Now, after copying the files into this folder, there's this empty space. This is an empty space here between the search button and all these subfolders. You just click on it. It will highlight, and you type CMD. When you type CMD and you press enter, it's going to open up a Microsoft Doors command prompt where you can write a short code to measure the CSV files together. So when I press enter, it opens up, and this is the code. So you type copy in small case, space star CSV, good, space BLD. Now I'm going to add today's date, for example. Now, so today is 28th of March 2022 .csv. I'll press enter, and it merges all the Excel, all the CSV files. Then all I need to do is to close it. Now it will always come at the bottom of this thing. So this is the merged. Everything is merged. All I need to do, these CSV files that I merged, I don't need them anymore. I can just delete them. Okay, so it will remain the mesh. This is what I need. Let me just copy it out. Because I'll be working using this folder to do for my boundaries. So the next one is to measure my boundaries. The boundaries there, EA. If I type BND, is going to add some buildings because of the B and the D. So I will use EA underscore EA so that it give me just the boundary points. I'll press enter. It brings all the boundary points. I'll press Ctrl A to select all, Ctrl C to copy. Now I'll copy to this workspace folder and paste. Now they are all here. I'll merge them. I'll do the same process again. I'll click on this empty space and type CMD to open up the command Microsoft Doors commands prompt. I press enter. I'll write the code again. Copy, space star CSV space boundary EA. Then you can write anything, but I always like adding date, so I will write 28th of March 2022 .csv. Always end it with .csv. Now press enter. If you measure the boundaries together, now I'll just delete these boundary points. Don't need them, so it will remain just the merge. So I'll just bring it out. Now paste. I'll do the same thing for my important feature. So I just want to be fast with it. Now I'll copy all of them to this my workspace folder, and I'll merge them. Just CMD. I'll type copy space .csv space IMP. That's for important feature 28 to this date of March 2022. Okay. .csv. Enter. It has merged all of them together, and I'll just delete those CSV that I copied. This is the merge. I'll just cut it aside. Now paste it. I'll do the last thing for lines. Now for the lines, I'll do the same thing, copy all of them to just somewhere, an empty folder where I can, you know, merge merge all of them. So I'll do the same thing, CMD, enter, copy, space, star, CSV, space, lines, today's date, 28th of March 2022, dot CSV. So I've merged all the line features together. Okay. So all right. Now, after merging the files, all you need to do is to remove the headings. So I'll open the merged files. This one contains all the buildings for all the EAs that I've meshed together. When I open the files, all I need to do is to remove the headings. A very fast way of removing the heading is by, sorting the data. When you sort it, all the headings will just go at the bottom. So to sort this, I'll go to data, I'll click on data, and I'll sort. I'll sort by building code. So if I sort by building code, it's going to take all the building headings to the bottom. Remember, there is heading at the top. There's heading here. Okay, so anything you see at the bottom, you just need to delete it. So I'll just go to the bottom of this stuff. So these are the headings for all the folders that I merged. This cell, this first cell that has numbers, you just click on any one and drag down. Okay, and drag down. So when you get to the ending, you click on any of the cells, right click, and you delete. Good. So the headings are gone. So I'll just save the job. Ctrl S for save. Then I'll close it. I've already saved it. Now I'll do the same for enumeration area. Remember, always forget to remove the headings. Okay, so you go to data, you sort. For this one, you sort by state name. Just sort by whatever you see on the first column. Okay, so I'll sort by state name because boundaries don't have a building code, so I'll sort by state names. Okay, now all the headings will go to the bottom for me. So all I need to do is just to highlight all these headings because we don't need them. They are just what we don't need. You right click and delete. Now this boundary point, you need just one each from each of all these ears. Okay, now I'll just save it, right? Then I'll close it. I'll do the same for important features. Now for important features, I'll just need to sort, go to data, I'll sort by longitude and latitude so that the ones that don't, the headings will not have longitude or latitude. I can use longitude, you can use latitude. Let me just use longitude and you sort. Now when you go to the bottom, you see all the headings. These ones does not have longitude and latitude, so that's the way to sort out the headings. So I'll just delete them. Okay, I'll just delete and save. And I've saved it. For lines, you do the same thing. Lines, you also sort by longitude or latitude. So I'll sort by longitude or latitude. And the headings will go to the bottom. Alright. Now, I just want to delete the headings. Okay. And so good. Alright. So, after merging, suppose you want to run your validation, you can use this boundary point to run your validation for all the ears at once, and the result will be wonderful. Try it. Okay, so for now we want to uh, use this one to digitize our ears. So you go to your arc map. This is my arc map. Yeah, I've done lots of work. Now you add data. To save time, I like adding my data. I like using, most people use add data or this one here, but I like using add X and Y data to save me the stress of these event files, you know. popping up. It's like skipping a step. So it opens. When it opens, all I need to do is to locate where it is. So they are here. I'll just need to add them. You add to your map. Okay, I'm adding the buildings right now. So it has added all the buildings. Now I'm going to do the same thing um, for my boundaries. I'll go to File, Add Data, add X and Y data. I'll add my boundaries. This is my boundary point. I'll add it. Okay. I'll add the rest ones. My important feature, and my lines. Now I want to add my lines, add X and Y data, then lines. Okay, so we're good. Now, the next thing you need to do, all you need to do is to export your data. Now, for it to be easy for you to copy your EA attributes and paste it into an EA you've drawn, you need to export your data just outside your GDB so that it will be easy for you to copy. You don't need to go to enumeration, start edit, copy attribute, go to your boundary, start edit. No, it saves you all the stress. So you export the data. Now for the export, this is my GDB. This is my enumeration where I have all these my stuffs. Okay, I'll just export it outside of here. Later, I can delete all these point, all these what do you call it? Using my R catalog later. I'll just clean it up. Okay, so I will export here. So I can use any name. Okay, let me just edit one I've used before. So today's 28. All right. So I'll just copy it so that I'll just be pasting it when I want to export for boundaries and the other stuffs. Remember, when exporting, your edit should be off. Okay. So I've exported the one for buildings. Now I want to export for boundary points. So you export data, and I'm just do the same thing for boundaries, and good. Some people don't know export their lines, but I do. So I'm doing this one for important features. Okay, then for lines, most people don't export lines, but I like to export my lines. It's just my own weird way of working. All right. So um, the event files, we're done with them. You can remove them. You can just hold your control, select all of them, and remove all of them at once. Okay. Now for the buildings, all you need to do, you need to use Symbology to color the buildings. Such when you color it, all the ears we have different colors. It makes you it makes you to plot your ears in such a way that you will not take buildings that do not belong to an EA for an EA. So you go to Symbology. First, you click on Properties, Symbology. Then you click on Categories. Then Value Field, you select EA name. Then you add all values. So these are all the EAs. And you OK. When you OK, there are two EAs here you can see. The blue lines are the important features. Okay. The green, this is an EA. This is an EA. This is an EA. So we have three EAs here. Okay. So it's just all the building points are distinct from each other. Now we can start digitizing any of the EAs. So these are multi-localities. I want to start with um, one that is not a multi-locality. So let me do this one, NYC orientation cam, or okay, let me do this one, NYC orientation cam. Where the hell is it? Okay, yeah. So all you need to do for you to digitize an EA, you just increase the size and the color. So I'll just click on this point. I will increase it to red color. I will increase the size to 8. And now, if it just be big, it's easy for me. And as you can see, the points, you need to span through your EA, check whether the points are falling on top of the buildings. The ones that are not, this one needs a lot of corrections. I need to, correct all this stuff. Let's use another EA to do that. Okay, I want to use this one. All right. So once you change the color to red, you just compress your your screen and you see what you're looking for. So this is it. Now all I need to do is, you know, put on my old enumeration. This is it. To look at the shape of the ear, so I can start my edit now. Start my edit. So when you put on your enumeration, it tells you whether it is a multi-locality or not. If it's a multi-locality, the screen, the ear will be, separated into parts. If it is three multi-localities, it's going to have three. Okay, so another thing you need to do, your old ear, your old enumeration, let me off the new one. Your old enumeration, you need to do symbology on it. Your old enumeration, you do your old GDB. Go to properties and you do symbology. Click on properties, symbology, category. You add, you select ear name, you add of values, such that it will every ear will have a distinct shape. The one that is a multi-locality ear will have the same color, but it will be divided. Like this one is a multi-locality ear. You understand? So this is one, this is another one, this is one. So it guides you so that you not make a mistake of running the whole thing thinking it is one ear. Some are multi-locality ears. Like this one now is a multi-locality ear divided into two. That's why it has the same color. This one is another ML, LGA primary school. They have about three or four. So one, two, three, and four. Do you understand? Okay, so we're good. So with that, I've been able to uh, know that this one is not a multi-locality ear, it's a single ear, and it also guides me with the way the ear shape was originally. So I'll just put on my enumeration. All I need to do is to digitize the ear. Some people like to trace, some do not like to trace. Okay, so to digitize this ear, it is very easy. All you need to do first, let me you need to do your homework. You need to draw your roads. As you can see, some of my roads are not drawn by those that vectorize the LGA. So I have to draw all these roads. I need to check whether my buildings are on the right, on the middle of the buildings. Okay. Then I need to check whether they did their roads or these are road points. Yeah, they have their roads. And I also need to check whether the old roads are even falling in the middle of the road. If they are not, I will need to edit that. Now, assuming everything is okay. Now you need to check in the northern Nigeria like this. They have small round huts. So you need to, like for example, now see this place. They have small round huts. All of them are here. So you need to probe very well. Make sure they don't miss any buildings. Now to digitize this here, supposing everything is okay, I'll just draw it. Most times I would just like to put on this old enumeration to guide me. I'll click on enumeration area. Now I'll click on my trace tool. It's advisable not to trace, but I like to trace. Okay, now we just have to be careful with it and trace the ear. Okay, just trace it. Just be careful so that you don't have topology error, overlapping ears on top of each other. You zoom very well, and as you can see, it's job made easy. Okay, now this is it. I've digitized here. At this point, I can put off my old enumeration. I'll unselect. Okay, now I'll have to look whether just look at the edges. If everything is in order. Sometimes when you trace, you just see gaps between roads, so you need to cross-check very well, like we don't have a topology error. Sometimes you can just decide to adjust the, yeah. I see no point why this stuff is sharp at the edge, so I'll just cut it off. Good. Makes the ear finer. Now, my boundary point, all you need to do is to increase the size. When you increase the size to like 18, it makes it very obvious. So I'll just put it at 18, and they're not big. So when you look, any ear you plot, when you look around the ear, you just see the boundary point. So I'll click on what I need to do first. To be very sure, I'll click on any of the buildings, attributes. I'll look for the ear code 27900. Now I'll click on this boundary point. I'll look for the ear code 27900. So this is it. So this is what I was talking about, that you should export uh, your CSV files, your event files, just outside your GDB. So I'll right click on the Benway, I'll copy it. So I've copied the EA attribute. I'll click on the EA, and I'll just have to paste attributes. So the EA, I'm done with this EA. So to see whether it is there, just click on the EA attribute. They are there. Or I can even label my enumeration areas. So when I label features, I'll see the name of the EA. Word name anyways, but they say we should not change EA names unless there is a reason to. Okay, so this is it. I'm done with this EA. When you're done with all your EAs, you just, for you to put the numbers on the buildings, because these are just the points. Okay, the buildings are not yet inside the points. You open this your building CSV file that you exported. Okay, open attribute table. You select all. It will just tell you that you're selecting a large number of records, and you say yes. So when you select all of them, you just right click on anywhere in the screen, you copy, and you paste. But I don't want to paste now because I'm not yet done with all the ears. So that is it. Now for important features, you open it, open attribute table, and you select all. Okay, these are all. These are just null values. I will just clean them up later. Okay. Now you select all, you copy, and you paste it inside important features. For buildings, you paste inside buildings. So it's that easy, and you're done. So the hard part is not really hard, anyways. It's merging the files and bringing them into the arc map. Once you're done with that, all you need to do is just digitizing the ears one by one. When you are done with all of them, once you can bring the data into the arc map, it will not take you up to 1 hour 30 minutes. You are done with all. So by the end of the day, everywhere here is going to cover. Everywhere here will be covered. Do you understand? It's just like toast, fresh bread and egg and bacon on Sunday morning. Thank you very much. So this is it. God bless you.